And we've started recording. So just give it a minute and then go ahead and start.
Perfect. Will do. All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our meditation on Tuesday mornings. So if this is your first time joining us, then welcome. And if this is not your first time, then welcome back. Today will be our last session, at least for the month of July, probably for August too, but we might be reconvening in the fall. So we'll just kind of feel it out. So keep an eye out. But if you didn't join us for the last session, I'd like to give you this information. And if you did join us for the last session, sorry for being repetitive. Since we are discontinuing a lot of virtual programming for the next month or two, if there is anything that you'd like to access again, you can always access that on the Willard Library page. So any of the meditation or yoga sessions with me, any of the yoga sessions with Megan, and anything else. They do story times. There's all sorts of great stuff. So you can definitely access that at any time on the Willard Library page. And other than that, go ahead and come onto your back. So we start every session with a guided relaxation where you're resting. And then we'll do, of course, a seated meditation closer to the end. If you're somebody that has a hard time getting down and then getting back up again, you're welcome to, of course, stay in a chair or maybe on your couch or whatever's comfortable, right? But just settle in. If you're lying on your back, you might like to take the hands about 45 degrees out from your torso. Have the feet about hip distance apart. Let the pinky toe edges fall out towards the edges of the mat. And if you're in a seat, just make sure that your feet are secure, your body is supported, your hands are resting. It's really important that you're comfortable for these practices so that way you're not getting distracted by the body, right? The mind distracts us enough. So anything that we can do to help with that is worth doing. So if you haven't already, you might like to close the eyes. Tune in. Find the breath. Notice where you're breathing in the body. And then see if you can start to fill the breath into the spaces where you're not already breathing. So if you're breathing only into the chest, maybe you can welcome the breath to fill the belly. If you notice you breathe mostly into the front side of the body, maybe you can welcome the breath a little more into the back. Start to reach the breath down through the legs, to the tips of the toes, and out to the tips of the fingers. So it's like you're really breathing with the entire body. Each inhale is an opportunity to nourish the body, to nourish the cells. Each exhale is an opportunity to relax the body or to cleanse. On the next breath in, imagine that you could breathe up from the tips of the toes, through the legs, through the spine, and all the way to the crown of the head. Fill the entire body with the inhale. And as you breathe out, imagine that you could breathe down from the crown of the head, all the way to the tips of the toes. Inhale from toes to crown. Exhale down from crown to toes again. Breathing with the whole body. Letting the breath travel from point to point through the spine. The next time you breathe out, breathe down to just the ankle joints. Inhale up from ankles to crown. And exhale down from crown to ankles. Continue to breathe through the spine as the breath travels from point to point. Exhale down to the knees. Inhale up to the crown. Then exhale back to the knees again. Inhaling, knees to crown. Exhaling, crown down to the knees. Continuing to breathe through the spine as the breath travels from point to point. Exhale down to just the base of the tailbone now. Inhale back to the crown. And exhale down to the tailbone again. Breathing through the spine from point to point. Exhale down to the navel center. Inhale to the crown. And exhale back to the navel again. Exhale to heart center. Inhale to crown. Exhale back to heart center again. Exhale to the center of the throat. Inhale to crown. Exhale back to throat center again. Exhale to the point between the eyes. Inhale to crown. And exhale back to the eyebrow center again. Exhale through both nostrils. But this time, inhale to the eyebrow center. Exhale through the nostrils and inhale back to the point between the eyes. Continue to breathe in and out from the eyebrow center. With the next breath in, imagine you could fill the entire body with the breath again. Breathing in through the eyebrow center, down to the tips of the toes, out to the tips of the fingers. And if you're lying on your back, you can start to wiggle them awake. Find your way to a comfortable seat. And if you're seated, you can make any adjustments that you need. So maybe you want to switch the cross of your legs. And start to settle into comfortable seated stillness. Once you've settled in, you might like to close the eyes again. Reconnect with the breath in the nose. The sensation of the breath flowing in and out through the nostrils. And on the next breath in, imagine that you could breathe all the way down to the base of the tailbone. And then exhale into that center. Anchor your mind at the base of the tailbone. Breathe in and out around the sacrum. And imagine that you could connect to the idea of light there at the base of the tailbone. And as you breathe in, imagine that you could breathe that light up through the spine, all the way back to the point between the eyes. And if it's comfortable, you might pause the breath in for a moment. Rest in that light as if you're holding that light in the spinal column. Nourish the nervous system with it. And then as you breathe out, imagine that you could see that light recede from the point between the eyes, down through the spine, and back to the base of the tailbone again. Then as you breathe in, breathe that light up through the spine to the eyebrow center. Maybe pause and rest in that light for a moment. And as you breathe out, breathe that light back down through the spine into the base of the tailbone. And continue this on your own. Make sure that this breath stays comfortable and effortless. Breathe up from tailbone through the spine to the point between the eyes. Briefly pause the breath in for as long as is comfortable. Remember, we want this to stay easy. And then again, when you feel ready, breathe down from eyebrow center and back to tailbone. Each inhale and the pause after inhale provides an opportunity to nourish, rejuvenate the nervous system. Each exhale is an opportunity to cleanse and release anything from the nervous system that's not serving you today. And then finally, just see if you can hold your awareness on the entire spinal column. You can continue to hold this awareness for as long as you'd like. Thank you, as always, to the Willard Library for hosting us. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day and have a great summer. Bye.